Aries, welcome to your April forecast. We're going to start with some oracle cards. Yes, indeedy do. How are you doing? I hope you are doing well. If you have suggestions for the Sunday bonus readings, do drop it in the comments below. I read all the comments. I do have a problem with spam comments, and so I have a pretty strict filter on the comments, but I do go through and read them and post the real comments. We have Wolf Spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. I like that. I like that a lot. That's about, knowledge is just knowing, right? It's just a general knowing. You can be very knowledgeable, but not very wise. Can you apply it? And also, it's knowing that other people, you can learn from other people's mistakes too. That's very wise. Ooh, look what we have. We've got a jumper. Here we go. We have Aries, you have full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. You are enough. You are. All right. I get one more oracle. And so, yeah, the spam comments have been just terrible. And they're fake accounts, right? People buy advertising through probably just online companies or whatever. And then what they do is they have all these fake accounts and then they just spam, and is it going to reach a wide audience? I don't think so, because I report every single one. A change in the wind. Ooh. Look at that with a 12. I like that. So something changing. And did you know that those zebras, it's like a fingerprint. They can tell each other apart by their stripes. How crazy is that? So yeah, if you are a spammer, it's not going to reach anybody. So you're wasting your time and you risk getting the boot. You get the boot. So don't try that on my channel, because it won't even pop up. I have a very strict filter on there and just get reported. So that is that. But if it's a genuine comment, it should go up immediately. Ooh, all right, let's see what we have here. Aries, ba-bam, Knight of Pentacles, so past energy. Ooh, current energy, Ace of Swords. And so we have Virgo there, Virgo there. You might be dealing with Virgo. You might just have it in your chart. Knight of Wands. Look at this. So we have Knight, an Ace, and a Knight. Let's get your crossing energy. I've been doing different spreads this week just because I need to change things up. This is going to be more similar to what I normally do. And so let me know if you prefer what I've been doing, just different, is past, present, future. And then I've done some Celtic cross and just need to change things up. Yep. All right. Let's see what our crossing energy is. It's eerily quiet. 10 of Cups, 6 of Cups, and the 3 of Wands. There's that change in the wind right there. Just knock my name down. It's okay. Momosita. Let's get our cards over here in our little bin. All right. Recent past, you had an idea here, Aries, possibly something you were, because when I see this Knight of Pentacles, yes, it's the slowest moving knight. He's actually even faster than his horse. He's like, horse is just over there grazing. He's not even really interested in going anywhere. So, but I feel like since he's gotten off the horse, think about this. You're really looking for that place. You've gotten close. You've reached your destination, right? You had to dismount, and now you're ready to plant this seed, this idea, this Ace of Pentacles he's holding right there. And you know exactly what you need to do to grow this idea. And that's just really put a lot of love and care and nurturing into it with this 10 of cups. I mean, this is a lot of love here for this idea, Aries. That's what I'm seeing. And maybe you've gone through a difficult period of manifestation, or this is kind of starting something new here as well. But you're putting a lot of love into this idea, a lot of love and care. We see this happy family here. And it could also be that your family is supporting you in this endeavor, right? That's what I'm feeling with your past energy there. So this looks really positive to me, really positive. Everything looks positive right here, Aries. So you have the Ace of Swords and the Six of Cups. Interesting. So we have mind and we have heart over here. So the Ace of Swords is all of the air signs all combined, really all of their energies. So we have Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And this idea, I feel like it's still formulating. It's, I think you're, turning knowledge into wisdom. You've got, this could be, I feel like you're still working on this idea. You're still fine tuning it. That's what it is. Because we see this weird contraption here. It's in this vice. You're still working out the details of this idea, maybe contracts, or even communication here is still active. And it might have something to do with this over here, this Knight of Pentacles, because all of the aces to me, it's a beginning, it's a seed of an idea, it's potential energy that you are working with. I feel like you are actively working with this energy. I think you have a connection to your higher self here, and this is also a victory. It's saying that you will be victorious in this pursuit, this maybe knowledge. And so, what I think is interesting here is these two faces. I'm being drawn to them. They seem very similar. Do we see that? You kind of go like that. And we have this Six of Cups here. This is a card of nostalgia, of looking to the past, thinking about the happy times, the good times. And that is crossing this Ace of Swords. So I think you're reflecting back on your knowledge. I think this is where your wisdom, you're combining these two, your head and your heart. I think you're thinking about what brought you happiness in the past, and you're thinking about it, obviously, because we have the swords here. I think you're contemplating how your past is affecting your future. Even though this is a reflective kind of energy, I think you're bringing that into the present moment, right? You might be thinking about what successes you had in the past. Where did things go right for you? And I think that's part of that. You are good enough. This is about focusing really on what makes you happy and what you're good at. And I think you're happiest when you're learning new things here, Aries. Your sign is a learn as you go kind of thing, but I do feel for you in this moment that you are looking for new experiences here that give you the same, I heard resonance, the same feelings that you had from the past. It's like what brought you a lot of joy, and you're trying to implement that here in the now, in your knowledge, in your idea. Because I keep getting that, not really backpedaling, but thinking about, well, what brought me happiness in the past? Let's create more of that in the now. So I think that's a really good use of the Six of Cups here. Very good use. Very wise use of the Six of Cups. And wow, look at this combination here. Change in the wind. I do believe so. And we have Sagittarius here with the Knight of Wands. and I think that's the kind of energy you can really get on board with, Aries. I think that is very complementary to you and that wanderlust, that wanting to experience something new, possibly. Well, you could have some travel energy here. Look at the little carriage, the Three of Wands. I really love this Three of Wands. There is, I think you know the potential, right, of any situation. And that's a very much a Sagittarius kind of feeling. But the Three of Wands is your card. So you are showing up here, right? And it's this yearn, this desire for new horizons, new experiences, learning new things. This maiden here, she's packed, ready to go. She's carriage over here. Which way is she going to go? I don't know, but she's expanding her horizons. And that is also this energy here. This is that, whereas this knight really isn't, he's kind of looking for a place, and he knows what it takes to grow this seed. There is this pause here where you're thinking about, is this the best place to start this new idea, new beginning, right? And I feel like maybe you might be in for a change here. You might be thinking, well, I think I just want a fresh start. I might want to, go somewhere else. There is a travel element here about bringing yourself to a different location, is what I'm getting. I'm really getting heavily expanding your horizons, but that doesn't necessarily mean a physical travel. This could be your intent to reach other people. We have social media now, we've had it for a while. So you might be looking into ways to broaden your horizons in that way. But there is some kind of element of exploration and travel here to see what potentials are available, because as a Sagittarius, we see the potential in just about anything. And it can be mind boggling because we're like, yep, that would work. Yep, if I did that, that would work. Yep, that would work too. And so sometimes it's really hard to focus on just one thing. I mean, can you tell? I'm like that with so many things. I just it I just find it hard for me to experience everything I want to in this life that I have. Because I have so many interests. I've always been interested in model making and small things. So I love stop motion. One of my favorite movies is Kubo. The artistry in that set design for that movie is so beautiful and intricate. I would love to be a part of something like that. I would just die for it. There's so many other things that I'm interested in too. And I think you are as well. So if this isn't you actually moving to a new place in the future, I think you're moving into a new creative, expansive area of your life here, Aries, because that wind of change is it's just swirling around you. I like it. And Aries, you probably like it too. You know, we like, we really like movement and change. That's part of just being, a fire sign. We love it. We love it. We love it. Let's draw some tea leaves for you from over here. More stack, just random. I'm gonna do 3 there. Let's get one of these. And let me know if you like me drawing the cards live versus the stack. Maybe that's what I might do in the future instead of just having them all ready there. Let's do that. Let's grab one of these. I really love these little cards. Woohoo! Got a time to shine. There's that opportunity again. Time to shine creates the energetic resonance for golden opportunities. I like that. I feel that here. And I kind of feel it all through here, to be honest with you. All right, let's see what these are. We have abundance. I like that. Lucky times are ahead of you, along with good news, success, and prosperity. Well, yeah. We have some good Sagittarius energy here. That's very lucky. We have Rabbit, Aries. Too much concern with sexual matters. Really? I don't know. It's not for me. Horseshoe, luck. There we go. Luck, 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 luck. Lots of luck coming your way. And I don't know. We have the turkey lurkey. Someone is behaving stupidly. I don't know. That's just confirmation for some of you. I honestly wouldn't even worry about that. I don't know who that is. I don't see it here. I don't think it's you. You're being all wise and smart about things. Let's get a angel number for you. I think you have a really good April forecast here. Let's get an angel number. Oh, that's too many. That's like 4. We'll just take the top one. We have persistence with 1212. All right. We have shift, enthusiasm, gratitude, contentment, and new experiences. Yeah, buddy. Oh, happy day. An ample opportunity related to your life's purpose is just around the corner. Wow. Take immediate action once it pops up. Of course, that's that immediate action, the Knight of Wands. Of course, a lovely partnership or an epic romance is also in the cards, and just a lot of luck. Look at that. Woohoo! Way to go, Aries. All right, let's get your crystal message. It is just going to be a rainy day today, but it's not like crazy rain like we had the other night. Ooh, boundaries. Let's see. I have one of these, and it is such a neat stone. It's a fossil. Turritella agate. We has snail shells embedded in the crystal. I have this somewhere, but I don't know where it is. Snails are soft and vulnerable, but their shell offers them protection and the ability to set boundaries. Other people in your life that constantly drag you down and drain your energy, like that turkey lurkey? If so, better set boundaries or disengage from spending time with them. Affirmation: I value my time and energy. I spend time with positive people and do things that uplift my soul. I like it. I like it a lot. I want to do some runes for you, so let's do that. See what we got here. Oops. Okay. Ooh. We have, on the good side, we have wealth, property, slavery, but I'm not really feeling that here. So wealth and property, I think that's the abundance coming to you. We have to do fishy. So this one is possessions and birthrights. Your happiness and abundance is your birthright. That is true. Oh, okay, yeah. We have gifts, skills, relationships, fertility, and prosperity here. That is always around you all of the time. And so let's see. I want to pull some more tarot. Yeah, let's get a few more. We'll do this one. Let's see if we can get any additional messages for April. Either continuation or expanding on what we already have. Let's see. No jumpers here. Ah, there you are, Aries. Yep, this is coming in. This is a universal energy of change. King of Swords. There's that turning knowledge into wisdom. Absolutely 100% confirmation. Now we have the devil. This is, well, the devil is passion, but it's obsession, right? I don't feel like that's a negative card for you. Ooh, okay, you're going to need a rest after all of this big shift that happens. We have the 4 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, and then the 6 of Cups. Okay, let's take a look at this. So this shift is coming. And I think this shift is going to bring peace Isn't that weird? That's what I'm getting. This change in your foundation that you're coming up here, this winds of change, right? It could happen very abruptly. That's what I'm feeling with this Tower card. And I feel like this change, this abrupt change here, I think it's going to facilitate your healing. You're going to want to take a rest after this big moment. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling with these two cards. You're going to need a rest and rejuvenation. You know, for some of you, this could be a rather big change. This could be a change in where you live. This could be a new house coming in for you. That's part of that travel. But something is very drastically changing here, and it doesn't have to be bad. I did not know I was going to have to move, and they were repurposing the building. There was three other, well, at one time there was four other tenants in this big building. And, you know, I mean, we just had to move. It's just, there was nothing we could do. And at first we were taken by surprise. That's what this is. You're going to be taken by surprise by something, right? And it ended up being great. We love where we are right now. It's a beautiful place. It's in the country. It's quiet. It's smaller, but it's really nice. And so I think this shift and this change is you're going to be, I feel a sigh of relief here with this change. So I think it's going to be good. I feel nothing bad about that. Now, what I see with these two cards is this is that knowledge and wisdom that is in, it's really a big part of this reading because we have the Ace of Swords, we have a lot of contemplative thinking. And so this energy here of not being enough, remember that? This energy of there's something here in your family dynamic. Maybe when you were a kid, you didn't have a whole lot, or you could have had an illness as a child. I'm getting a past energy with this for some of you that you just didn't have a whole lot. And I feel like this energy here has influenced your life, your what you have worked to achieve in your knowledge, maybe your desire to go to college, your desire to learn new things. This really affected this. It's when you have a difficult upbringing, or when you experience a loss of sanctuary, or feeling left out in the cold, it affects how you perceive things that happen to you. And so I feel like this event here, crossing this right here, had a big effect on your future learning and how you see institutions and how you relate to charitable places. Like this is a church, right? And for me, this church represents sanctuary, but also a place that you're supposed to feel comfortable, where you're supposed to feel welcome, where you're supposed to be able to receive help in a time of crisis, but you're not being given it. And that, like I said, it plays a big effect on how you see the world, how you interpret your knowledge and your wisdom and your experience of these things. And yeah, that's what I'm getting with that. I think this experience played a big role in your life going forward. I don't think it made you bitter. I think it actually strengthened you and gave you better resolve as an adult, is what I'm getting with that. And so here, I don't think I've ever seen this combination before. We have the devil and we have the Six of Cups again. Again. And the Six of Cups is in the same crossing energy as this. You might be thinking about a Capricorn here. It very well could be a Capricorn. Hold on, let me get a drink of coffee. My throat's getting dry. You could be thinking about, because this is a card of nostalgia. There was someone in your past that was very attractive, but they were toxic. You know, I'm not sure who this. I don't know if this was a family member. I don't know if this was, and I say attractive. You know, I mean, their words are attractive. What they're trying to sell is attractive. You know what I'm saying? They're like a good BSer, right? They probably had a lot of people fooled, is what I'm getting. So this person, if this is representing a person for you, I feel like this is that knowledge and wisdom coming into play. You're understanding how they affected you as a child, this person. This person was very self absorbed. They probably didn't really care about you here. I'm really getting, so this Five of Pentacles and the Six of Cups, I really feel like this is something that happened in your childhood that's coming up right now. It's like bubbling to the surface, Aries. And that's something that needs to be dealt with. And it's possible has something to do with this here too. That could be what's happening here. Because this could all really be one, you know, one like ball of energy here. This energy, like I said, didn't have your best interests at heart. They just didn't. You know, and that's really tough because if this was like you know, someone who was taking care of you and you were a child and you were, you know, these children are so innocent here. And you look to your parents or caregivers to have your best interest at heart and to take care of you. And when they don't, it's it can really affect your life going forward, how you see things, how you interpret situations, is what I'm getting here. So I feel like you really are thinking back about the lessons you've learned, this Ace of Swords, but you're also looking back on this toxic energy. But I don't feel like this has irreparably damaged you. I don't see that at all. I think this did cause like something broke down in that dynamic, possibly when you were a kid. You might be thinking about this tower moment when this finally came to a head or ended. It could have been a tower moment. And then when this finally was over, you finally had time to rest, relax. This could also be therapy, you know, therapy here. Oh, okay. For some of you, what this is you are now in therapy talking about what happened in your childhood, and you're wanting to resolve these energies because you have so much good coming in here. I think you're being brave. And if this was something that you've put on the back burner for a long time and just didn't want to look at, I think you're being brave enough to look at it now and to see how far you've come, right? And now you have, see, that makes sense on the boundaries card. You know, you're making sure you're with the right people. You're understanding that you are good enough, you know, for a new beginning. You are good enough for love and happiness and all of that. I feel like this is you working through some issues here. Not all of you. Some of you, your reading stopped there. But for some of you, there's more to this story. You know, this is about you working through these tough feelings. You know, and that's where we see that turkey, you know, come through. That could have been that devil energy from the past, someone you had to deal with. It doesn't have to be family. It could have been just, you know, being bullied at school, you know, stuff like that. But I do feel like you're taking the steps necessary to clear this energy out, to find the knowledge and the wisdom from this experience, and allow yourself finally to move forward. That I feel is this winds of change and the knowledge, turning knowledge into wisdom. So this can be an intense, could be an intense month for some of you, but it's good. It's healing. It's removal of, you know, this past energy. All right, Aries, that is your April forecast. Let me know if this resonated with you in the comments below, and we will see you next time.